Okay, so I just thought I'd do an update video on the Akrapovic exhaust on the R7. So I have test ridden it now to see what it's like. As I've said on a previous video, this one is actually for an MT07, as you can see there. So it's not really supposed to be for the R7, and according to Yamaha it doesn't fit, so it must be an illusion that we're all seeing it fitted on there, no problem. I thought it would because the standard system is identical on both bikes, so I expected it to fit this, no problem. I've said on a previous video why I've not bothered going for the correct Akrapovic system for this bike, where the can sticks out of the bike. I actually don't really like it myself. I know that's probably controversial, some people are going to like it and they're not going to like that, but anyway, each to their own, isn't it? So obviously I removed the DB killer from it, which I've again said in a different video. So what's it like when you get to ride it on the road without the DB killer? Well, I think it's absolutely fine. In fact, I wear earplugs just because of wind noise, and without earplugs it would be borderline too loud for me anyway. So I think that probably says a lot about it. It is not quiet. So, but I don't know, it's not absolutely deafening either, it's not ridiculous, but it's just right really, it's about where I want it to be. I have tried putting the DB killer back in, so just for anybody who's interested, if you're thinking of having this system as standard with the DB killer in, it's hopeless. You're completely wasting your money, you might as well just stick with the standard system. So that's the DB killer that Akrapovic put in there, so you can see it's got all these holes in there. They were not in there. These were in there, but they were all smaller than this, so I've opened them up 1mm each hole, and really it doesn't make a great deal of difference at all to sound by opening those up at all. So I even tried it by putting an extra hole in there as well, just to see if that made a difference. It does make a little bit of difference, but again, when you're on the road and you've got some earplugs in, it's not enough. It just, it's just too quiet even with that in. So the only thing that actually works with it to get you an exhaust system that sounds how you're going to want it to sound, you've got to leave that DB killer out and just leave it like that really. But I think anybody's going to be quite happy with this with the DB killer out. So I would start it up again now, but unfortunately the neighbours have just come back in and I don't want to tick them off, so I might try and do another video of what it's like on the road, and get a microphone down near the exhaust somewhere when I'm riding it, just to give people an idea of what it's like. Well, I hope that helps anybody that's considering putting this exhaust on either the latest MT07 or if you want to put it on an R7 as well. Take care.